should not play with nobody's life. No one should ever, make anybody feel comfortable and all that good stuff. So I get it, but for me as a comedian, as an all-purpose entertainer, that ain't got nothing to do with me, at the end of the day. And I love who loves me, and I have great relationships with good people. So I'm just doing what I do best, and that's to make the world laugh and actually bring some laughter to what's happening. So if anybody feels offended from my last post, or they're like, oh, why she talked about that, like that, stay away from that, then y'all could, unfollow me, because this world is so sensitive. You can't talk about gays. You can't talk about LGBTQ. You can't talk about, whatever. These things are, it's happening in real life. Like, it's happening in real life. Like, I get it. It's what's around. You can't talk about different people. You gotta stay away from these celebrities. You can't talk about that. You can't talk about, but this is happening in real life. And as comedians and as entertainers, we should be able to tap in and talk about these things and bring some form of laughter to a situation that might be heavy. So that's my job. And my job is also to bring healing. Is laughter is healing. So whatever people I could pull into that and let them know about me, and then tap into the word of God, I'm gonna do all of that. I'm a comedian, you guys. Again, I don't know anything about.
I can't. Does she make a good point? Do you agree or disagree?
I agree with her 100%. I think that we're too sensitive. I think that certain people have control over certain topics and not. It's okay to talk about black people, whites, and things about that, but you can't talk about Jews, you can't talk about gays, and you can't talk about women in certain facets. That's not fair. That's not freedom of speech. Oh, this might be too hurtful to tackle. Then I'm saying I don't know what to tell you. We like we used to have freedom of speech. People are apologizing for stuff they did in the 80s. Different time, different era. But this is what happened as culture starts to shift and one group of people controls the narrative and not the others.
So, Sugar Bomb made a comment. She said it's a difference from making a joke and from being a bully. It's two different things. So now, me, I've been to a comedy show. I love comedy shows. And I think when they're cracking a joke on like on a certain particular group, to me, they know at the end of the day, even though they may not support that group, they know it's a joke. How can you be a comedian if you can't make people laugh or can't make people relate to what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
I remember back then you had people like Richard Pryor who his jokes back then they said he would put the bed and be canceled.
100%.
But the people at that time they understood that hey, he's a comedian. That's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to take something that seriously, make it funny, so we can be able to enjoy ourselves. And now I say now when comedians actually we all go to try to perform, they some of them are afraid to the point that they feel like they're about to get attacked. I think you saw what happened with Charles White. You saw what happened to I think Cat Williams almost got attacked. You saw T.I. Like all these comedians that's trying to perform are getting attacked. And to me, I think this world, I don't know what's coming to. I don't know if it's something in somebody in their drink or something, but it's causing a lot of rift to a lot of these performances now to the point that a lot of these comedians don't even want to do shows anymore.
Yep. It's because you can only talk about who you can talk about, but you
Correct.
can't talk about everybody else.
But it's okay to talk about black people,
Yes.
white, Hispanics, but everybody else you can't talk about.
Oh no no no! You'll get canceled.
Quick. So it's like, man, they gotta pick and choose, man. I would say, yeah, I would say this generation is like the softer generation. Like when it comes to like certain things, like it's just it to me it makes no sense. Like if someone doesn't pay to do a job to make people laugh, now you tell them, oh, you can't make people laugh anymore. You
Nigga,
gotta be, oh, you can't do every topic anymore.
you better say that hard again.
it,
You better say
it
that hard.
it is. It's absurd.
Or sir, ain't the word.
It's crazy. I would say, but we live. That's the generation we living in today. It's just people are picking and choosing what they want to listen to and what they won't listen to. And to me, if you feel offended, that's what they always tell you: get up and leave.
Yeah,
Why
don't
trying
watch
to
it.
end somebody's career?
That's it. Don't watch it.
I don't know. I can't. That's why I say we just showing y'all what's going on in the world today, and this is what's going on in the world today. Comedians are pretty soon. If that's happening in the comedian world, pretty soon it's gonna be the same thing when it comes to podcasting, and when it comes to the same thing for actors as well. They'll be like certain roles you just can't do anymore.
Yeah. It's cool to do this, but we ain't gonna let y'all do this over there.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
But moving along, Stephen A. Smith sat down with Uncle Luke, where he talked about Kanye West and P. Diddy, and he was talking about the difference between Kanye West situation and also the P. Diddy situation. Let's take